Thank you. Hare Krishna, can we make sure nobody is outside? Can we call them inside? कोई devotee बाहर है, अंदर बुला लीजिए सभी. We are starting with bhajan by Narottam Das Thakur, Gauranga Karuna Kora. So we'll read the translation of this bhajan first, and then we'll get into the bhajan. Please, everybody, focus. Oh, my dear Lord Gauranga, please show your mercy to this lowly and destitute soul of Lord. There is no one more fallen than myself in the three worlds. Holding grass between my teeth, oh Lord Gaura, I am calling out to you now. Please be compassionate upon me. I am come to reside within the temple of my heart. If you do not give your mercy, seeing how fallen I am, then why are you known as Patita Pavan, the merciful savior of the fallen? I am plunged amidst the violent hurricane-stricken waves in the ocean of this material world, from which there is no escape. Kindly give me the benefit of your divine lotus feet, which are compared to a boat in which your servant may cross over the ocean of birth and death. Narottama Dasa, the servant of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, ceaselessly makes this prayer. Hare Krishna. So, Hare Krishna. So please, everybody, these bhajans, once again, I always say this, they are not any entertainment tunes or they are prayers of an Acharya. So please understand the mood of Narottam Das Thakur. While you are singing every line, he meant every line that he has written. We also have to mean every line when we sing it. Okay? Hare Krishna. Gauranga Karuna Koro Hina Hina Jane Gauranga Karuna Koro Hina Hina What is the meaning of this paragraph? Jhadi doya na koribe patita dekhiya. If you search the whole world, you will not find a more fallen person than me. Patita pavana nama shire korea. Why have you given your name yourself as Patita Pavana if you can't deliver me? If you can't deliver me. Jadi doya nakori Patita Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. पतिता प्रभु नहीं त्रिभुवन श्री गौरांग महाप्रभु की श्री नित्यानंद प्रभु की श्री पंचतत्व की श्रील प्रभुपाद की निताय गौर हरि प्रेमानंदे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्य स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं तदानीं परमं तेषां श्रीगुरौ श्री गुरु वैष्णव श्री गुरु Hare Krishna Karma Sriyo Deenabandho Jagapate Gopika Gopika Jai Shri Krishna Jai Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंद गोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। नमो ब्रह्मण्याय देवाय गौ ब्राह्मणाहिताय च जगद्धिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमः ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण कृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। दर्पणमर्जनम भव महाद्वावाग्नि निर्वापनम श्रेयतैव चंद्रका वितरणम विद्यावधूजीवनम आनंदम पूर्णामृत स्वारणम सर्वात्म साफलम परम विजयते श्री कृष्ण संकीर्तन नाम नामकाय बहुकांत सर्वशक्ति अभ्रातिका नियमिता स्मरणे काल एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दैवं ईदृशं इह जानिननुरागं त्रिनादपि चेनातरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमाननीय मानवेन कीर्तनय सदा हरि न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरे कवितं वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवतः भक्तिरहोइतकी त्वयि मयि नन्दनन्दकीर्तनवर्तमामृषमे भवामृतो कृपया तव पाद पंकज धूलि सदर्शं विचिन्तया नयनं जलरक्षुधारया गद्गदरुधाय गिरा कुलकीर्णचितं वपुकलातव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निशेना चक्षुषः प्रवर्षायितं न्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दं विरहेण आश्लिष्य वा पादकर्तृसुमादर्शनं मर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा विदहतो लम्पतो मात्रणनाथस्वेव नापर। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। शिवाचार्यं पंगुलंगायतकिरीयत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुधीरतारिणं श्री परमानन्दमाधवं श्री चैतन्यईश्वरम्। ओम पवित्रो पवित्रो वां सर्वावस्थितो यत्स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्ष साभ्याभ्यन्तरं तुते Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you, Professor Mataji, for giving one other Sunday evening. So many Sundays. How many Sundays we have in our life? We don't know. So this is one more Sunday Krishna is giving for all of us today. You need to clap for me. I am your family member. Yeah. So this is one more Sunday that Krishna has given us. So we can make one more step towards Krishna. Just one more step, right? Every Sunday we are taking one step. But every day also we have to take one step. So every week we have to take one step, right? How many of us are contemplating how many steps I'm taking year on year? Are we contemplating? Yeah, we should start contemplating. How much I'm making progress year on year? Forget about making progress life on life. Right? Making progress life on life, Krishna is managing that. Next body, what we'll get, which family will take birth, how much spiritual life will start, when we will start in that body. Not like the day one we will take birth, Hare Krishna, you will not do like that. It will not happen. Or in mother's womb, we will be like dun. That will also not happen. Don't worry. Point is, why do we want to risk this life? Bhagavad Gita is a message, is a very urgent message that is coming. Very urgent message. Spiritual life is a very urgent message. Don't take it that, chal raha hai, acha hai. It's going on nicely. Now Mridanga also has started, Kartal also has started. Okay, class are also going on. I can slowly take this forward. No. I'm telling you, it's a very urgent situation. You never know which day you're going to take your last breath. Do you want the next body? Really? Think about it. Do you really want the next body? What kind of wife you'll get? You don't know. What kind of husband you'll get? You don't know. You don't know. If you have complaints on your current husband, God only can help you. Right? I mean, just think about it. What kind of children we'll get? What kind of financial situation that will be there? I can tell you one thing. Everybody sitting in this hall is not begging on the roads. That much I'm assured. We all have money. At least tomorrow morning breakfast is finance. No. What if in the next body we don't even have that? Right? I mean, it's a very urgent message. Krishna is giving. Arjuna, understand what is your duty and perform it. Bhagavad Gita has to be understood that it's a very urgent message. It's not a message that you can slowly assimilate and take it and decide whether or not you want to go forward. If you don't take it with that urgency, if you don't shout with that helplessness, why will Krishna come in front of you? Arjuna shouted helplessly on the battlefield, Krishna, please, I'm not able to do this. I can't do this. But he was guided by Krishna, provided he showed that urgency, isn't it? The whole Bhagavad Gita is urgent situation. Our life is also urgent situation. Every single purport of Prabhupada is a very urgent situation. If you read Prabhupada's purports, it will be as if this purport is enough to take you back to God. Every single paragraph is written in such a way, you read this and die, you'll go back. Provided you have properly read it. You understand it? We have to manage our time. Our time is very short. Today I was taking class to children on time management. I am not managing my time management class. I am not managing the time of my time management class. But I'm very much enjoying, I tell you. I'm really enjoying. Actually, I don't feel like stopping that only. Because they are so, so clearly they're understanding every little thing I'm saying. Huh? And they are directly taking it to their hearts. Directly they're taking it to their hearts. And they're going to manage their time very properly. Let me tell you that. They're going to manage their time. Today I told I mismanaged my time because of which I'm still hanging with 2 rounds. 2 rounds are still remaining. This is my time management. I told them. Right? This is my life. So if a preacher here is hanging with 2 rounds, what will happen to the preacher? Right? We should think like that. I have to finish my rounds on time. I mismanaged my time yesterday night. I had to sleep early, but I slept late. Me and my elder son had an argument. Some scientific argument. It happens sometimes. 12 o'clock we're arguing. My younger son was shouting, "You either both of you get out of this room or let me sleep." 12 o'clock we decided, let's sleep. They're growing now. Children are growing now. They're not going to agree anything just because we say it. They'll start questioning. Isn't it? So morning I was supposed to get up early. I got up a little late. Normally my wife gets up and takes care of waking up the God, doing the aarti. By the time the satsang starts at 7:30. Sunday morning satsang starts at 7:30. I had to wake up the retreat because yesterday they had Sakhi Sangha retreat. So she was totally tired. She was not well. I woke up the retreats. Then I wanted to do some rounds. No chance of doing any rounds. Waking up the retreats, keeping bhoga, cleaning the altar, doing all that, and then immediately, as soon as I said, okay, I'll do some round, I told my children, can you do the aarti today? They said they'll do. They also did very late. Slowly they went into toilet. By the time they came out, 7:30 happened. 7:30, what am I doing? Already devotees are coming inside. Today one Prabhuji came at 7:25. What do I do? I can't sit there and chant now. I said, okay, let's do the aarti. So we did aarti together. It was nice. Almost 15 of them, they were standing. We all did aarti together. First time they were experiencing aarti. But what about my rounds? I was giving a class today. Final class of who is God. Right? I'm telling them who is God. My mind is thinking, when will you chant your rounds? And the session actually, I can't finish it soon. It went till 11:10. By the time they had, I don't know, it's breakfast or lunch, but it was 12. They all left at 12:30. I have 16 rounds left. Right? I don't have time. Sorry, somebody's trying to come here. Hello? ఎవరు మాట్లాడేది నేను కొంచెం మీటింగ్లో ఉన్నా మళ్ళీ మాట్లాడుతున్నాను చేసిన తర్వాత yeah so what was I saying? Yeah, 16 rounds left, right? I've given a class without chanting. It's not right. It's never right. What will my consciousness be giving a class without chanting? Chanting is the basis of our purity. Anything that we speak. If our rounds are not good, if our chanting is not good, spiritual life is wasted. Since morning, I'm feeling very energetic. There is no quality in my speech. There is no quality in my thoughts. My rounds are not done. And 12:30, after everybody left, I said, I'll start my rounds. First round only. I'm getting sleep. I didn't sleep properly. Huh? Then I said, okay, I'll stand up. I'll stand up and start walking and chanting. What chanting will you do by walking? Tell me. Is it equal to sitting and chanting? No. How is your chanting when you walk and chant? No? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. What use is that chanting? Of course, exceptional situation, that's okay. But today is Sunday, the most holy day of the week. The whole day is supposed to be spiritual. The chanting is not done. The chanting is horrible. Now, what kind of class will I take? What kind of consciousness will I carry? Great difficulty. 14 rounds are finished. Why? 2:45. And Mridanga time started. Took my chanting when I came here. Right? Still 2 rounds are pending. When will these rounds get over? Tell me. When will these rounds get over? I don't know. 11 o'clock? No, that's okay. That's something. I don't know. You all are very efficient in finishing. I am the one who's lagging behind. So I should take the punishment. Right? Brothers and Matatis, why are we doing what we are doing? Let's be very clear about that in spiritual life. If we are not serious about our chanting quality rounds, we are wasting our time. Actually, we are wasting our time. Whom are we faking around with? Krishna? Tell me, are we telling Krishna that Krishna, I chanted my 16 rounds. Now you take me back from back to God. Do we really mean it? Have we done our part properly? Think about it. Right? Spiritual life means regulation. We have to have regulation. If every time our friends and others are seeing, anytime I see this fellow, all the time he's chanting by. Either I'm Haridas Thakur or Mayadas Thakur. Simple. I'm definitely not Haridas Thakur. Pakka Mayadas Thakur. I'm finishing my rounds. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. What's that? I'll press that beat. Now I have memory of beat also. 10 more to go. I can feel it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. 9 more to go. 2 more to go. 16th round. 2 more to go. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. 1 more to go. Full ecstasy will come. Hare Krishna. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. After that, what happens? Pull that down. Bury this. I don't want to see you. Don't appear. Don't appear in front of me. Right? If that is the consciousness of my spiritual life, is this my last life? Can this be my last life? You have to contemplate. Every year, am I making progress? Am I really serious about my spiritual life? And who am I cheating? Who am I cheating? Huh? Who are we cheating? We are cheating ourselves. We are cheating ourselves only. Every single day, we are cheating ourselves. Not giving time for proper chanting. And going on giving reasons. To whom? Ourselves. Today chanting is okay. Krishna, that's okay. Compromise. I chant your name. You figure it out. Is it your name or not? Harish. You figure out how many Rams are there, how many Krishnas are there. Or make music. Harish. Some snake music also comes from them. Have you got that song in India? And devotee was chanting. That snake was in there. Harish. Snakes, monkeys, many animals will come out of your mouth. Chanting here Babu at Pakshulu, Pashulu, and sound weight. That is the quality of chanting. Right? So our understanding of Bhagavad Gita will be proper only when we chant properly. Our spiritual life will be joyful and happy only when we chant properly. If we don't chant the names of God properly, Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Sahishnana, Amananiya Manadena, Kirtanaya Sadahari will not happen. It will not happen. Right? Simple. If you are not enjoying your spiritual life, means you are not chanting properly. If you are very happy in your spiritual life, happy means what? You want to do more service. You want to do more and more service. You want to do endless service. Means your chanting is good. And if your chanting is not good, then every service will be a burden. Every service will be a burden. You can't do too long. 1 year you will do 2022. 2023 you will do. 2024 you will stop. 2025 you will make others also stop. 2026 you will tell Krishna, I don't care what you think, I am doing what I am doing. Right? That is our situation. So please take it very seriously. Chanting has to be of utmost quality. Manage our time properly. Right? We have to manage our time every single day. We have to manage properly. Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. How are we going to lead our life? What is the most important activity in the day? Chanting our rounds. We have to give the time to it. Even if it is late one day, but when you are chanting, don't do anything else. When you are chanting, don't do any other activity. Just chant. Sit down and chant. Sometimes when it is late, sometimes when I'm not giving you ideas, but sometimes it's late, I somehow messed up my day. I just shut off everything. I go sit in the room, shut off my mobile. 1 hour, I just chant. 1 hour. The other day, I could not do my rounds. I got up very late. Some nonsense I was doing. I went to office. Call came from the office. I had to go to office also. My rounds are not done. And what should I do? I just finished all my works by that time, whatever time in the afternoon. I blocked my calendar. I don't exist. Something happened and I blocked my calendar. Switched off my mobile, sat in my car, 1.5 hours. I only chanted. Nothing else. That is still better. I'm not saying that is the solution. But whenever we are chanting, that should be quality chanting. Don't try to finish your rounds. Don't try to finish your rounds. And tomorrow it will be even worse. If your today's rounds are bad, how do you expect tomorrow's rounds will be good? Right? So let's take this as a checkpoint today. Right? Today is another checkpoint. Through me, you're hearing it. I'm also telling this to myself. Tomorrow onwards, the chanting has to improve. Improve more than yesterday. Improve more than till now. Right? And the better I chant, the more quality I chant, quality time I give, I will understand spiritual knowledge also like that. Spiritual knowledge is not, one does not get by hearing lectures. If any of you are thinking here, I'm going to sit down and understand Bhagavad Gita, you will not understand anything about Bhagavad Gita. If you are not performing your sadhana properly. Spiritual life is sadhana, daily schedule. Our tapasya to follow that sadhana properly. Then only we will understand Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, we finish. Right? And when you sing Kirtana, sing. Don't think who is beside you. Right? I mean, it should come out. The helplessness should come out. Not to enact in front of people. How loudly you're shouting, or that also is not important. Are you doing Kirtana or not? Chestunava cheyateda Kirtana. Telvaladi. Kirtana enti? Helpless cry of a soul to the Supreme Lord. Helplessly you are crying. That is Kirtan. Right? So Kirtan should be like that. Whatever one Kirtan you do, even if it's one Kirtan, you should do it in such a way that your voice should reach God. Or you want it to reach God. It may or may not reach, depending on your purity. But you want it to reach God. Have you done the best Kirtan of your life? How many of you have chanted Krishna's name so loudly that you got sweating? Do you know that? When you shout and call it out, right? Shout and call that name out, you get sweating. Even if you are sitting in AC, you'll sweat. How many have experienced that? Anybody here? Try it once. In satsang is the right time to do it. Shout in such a way that don't care. You are the only soul. God is there. Shout. You are calling his name. Like Rajendra shouted, shout. Like Prahlad shouted, shout. Right? Shout that name. Krishna! You are the only hope. Krishna. Right? And then you'll actually feel nice. Suddenly you'll feel, yes, I have called my father's name. Today I have called my father. Somebody sent that video. Allegoric, but I'm just saying, somebody sent that video. There is this Malayalam song or something, Krishna's song. And right after the tune, where they actually have to shout, the tune cannot be sung by singing. You have to let go yourself and shout. Right after they finish that tune of shouting Krishna's name, immediately they started crying. I'm telling you, they were not acting. Actually, your soul becomes so happy and soul feels so connected to Krishna that the day you actually shout Krishna's name from your heart, you cannot stop crying. You cannot stop experiencing his presence because actually Krishna comes. When you shout with that helplessness, when you shout with that prayerfulness, Krishna comes. He comes. And when he comes, our life is perfect. Right? And here in this shloka, why are we spending this much time on this shloka? Right? Not that I can finish it. Maybe finish it in the next 5 minutes also. But the point is in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling what is knowledge. He's telling what is knowledge. Understanding the 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita is not knowledge. Understanding Bhakti Yoga from 7th chapter to 12th chapter is not knowledge. What is Krishna telling is knowledge. Simplicity is knowledge. Practicing simplicity is knowledge. Practicing humility is knowledge. Accepting a guru is knowledge. Staying steady in spiritual life is knowledge. Being tolerant is knowledge. Why is this knowledge? Can anybody tell? Why is this knowledge? What does it mean when Krishna says simplicity is knowledge?
Basically, by these qualities, we can develop bhakti. They become foundational.
Yes. Without these qualities, Krishna can't be seated in that heart. Cleanliness. Cleanliness. Krishna said cleanliness is knowledge. Actually, you should understand the reverse way. When you get knowledge, this quality should automatically come. Krishna is telling the outcome of knowledge as knowledge. The outcome of knowledge is knowledge. Remember that. When we get knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, simplicity should come into our heart. Cleanliness should come into our heart. Austerity should come into our heart. We should be open for austerity. Are we all open for austerity? Huh? We are struggling because we have been brought up like that. No austerity. And our children are being brought up even horrible. No austerity at all. Isn't it? It's a very big problem. They cannot practice bhakti. Austerity is one of the 4 legs of dharma, tapasya. If they don't have the patience of austerity, how can they practice bhakti? Right? Serving Guru is austerity. Because Guru will slice your ego like this. Slice. You know how to slice? Right? It's very painful. When Guru slices your ego like that, right? Very painful. Because he slices the false ego. 1 gram will slice it. And you should go through it. That is spiritual life. That is spiritual life. Right? So outcome of the knowledge is what Krishna is saying is knowledge. Here. When you get knowledge, further in this verse, further Krishna says, you want to get out of the cycle of birth and death. That is also knowledge. That is also knowledge. Right? So while we are getting the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we should understand whether our qualities are changing like this. Krishna is expecting Arjuna to have these qualities. When he is speaking Bhagavad Gita, he's telling Krishna, he's telling Arjuna, Arjuna, what is knowledge? Let me read that once again. What is knowledge? Translation I'm reading. See, 4 verses at a place. 3.8 to 3.12. Right? Here is saying, what is knowledge? He's saying humility, pridelessness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, approaching a bona fide spiritual master, cleanliness, steadiness, self-control, renunciation of the objects of sense gratification, absence of false ego, the perception of evil of birth, death, old age, and disease, detachment, freedom from entanglement with children, wife, home, and the rest, even-mindedness amidst pleasant and unpleasant events, constant and unalloyed devotion to me, aspiring to live in a solitary place, detachment from the general mass of people, accepting the importance of self-realization, and philosophical search for the absolute truth. All these I declare to be knowledge. And besides this, whatever there may be, ignorance. Whatever there may be. No, these words are very powerful. No? See, besides this, how famous you are, how talented you are, what skills you have, they all will go with this body. So we finished some part of it already. Last week we discussed what probably? Falsing also we discussed?
Yes.
Yes, I am. Okay. Very too cold. Okay. Now Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita what else is knowledge. Please hear the purport of Prabhupada. It's very important. It says one should try to understand the distress of accepting birth, death, old age, and disease. There are descriptions of various Vedic literatures of birth. In Srimad Bhagavatam, the world of the unborn, the child staying in the womb of a mother, its suffering, etc., are all very graphically described. It should be thoroughly understood that birth is distressful because we forget how. Yeah. There is no avoiding this. Unless we have a pessimistic view of this material life, considering the distress of birth, death, old age, and disease, there is no impetus for us to making advancement in spiritual life. Right? Prabhupada is so beautifully explaining what Krishna means when he said birth, death, old age, and disease. Prabhupada, how many of you are preparing to become old? Because I'm telling you, old age is going to be one of the most worst thing to happen. After some time, I don't know what's going on here, but it's okay. Yeah. You know, after a long time, he started speaking, right? You know, some behavior that he did, I was totally perplexed. He started crying suddenly. And not crying like a crying as a big stuff. I don't know what to tell in English. How do you tell that in English word? Yeah, like literally crying with pain. No, I don't know. Openly crying, let me put it like English is a funny language, very difficult to find words. Right? So openly started crying. And I was wondering why are you crying? And he was saying, I feel that I've taken birth again. He was saying, I feel that I've taken birth again. Well, put that one. Telugu అయితే బాగుంటుంది actually చెప్పాలంటే English అంటే. Say, call my sister, call my younger sister, call my elder sister, call my elder brother. I want to see them. He was crying as if, you know, actually, you know what happened? Last 3 months, he was not in our world. That's what I understood. Because he's completely conscious, his mouth is shut because of what was kept in his neck. Prabhu's, that is the greatest torture you can go through. You don't know what. Right? Your hands you can't move, your legs you can't move, your head you can't move. You're fully conscious, but you can't speak. I felt he is experiencing what trees are experiencing. A fully conscious tree is experiencing. I was remembering the passage of Nalakura and Manikrava. They were cursed to become trees with full consciousness. See, trees don't have that much consciousness. But the curse of Narada was, you will remain fully conscious and you will be trees. You know what a punishment it is? You have to stand there, you are fully conscious what is going on around you, You can't speak to anyone, but you can listen everything. Right? It's a horrible thing. And I'm looking at him. It's horrible. Old age is horrible, Prabhu. I mean, I don't know what you're thinking now, how serious you are about your life, but whenever I look at him, my rounds improve. Actually, whenever I look at him, my God, what is this? I don't want to get in this situation again. Already I've signed up for it. In life lo unna na grand unnadi. Right? But why do we want to get into that? Right? You can't do anything. You know what you're saying? You're saying on the other side, saying, I went to Krishna. I went to Krishna. Said, really? You went to Krishna? I went, I met with him. I asked him, what color is Krishna? The same. He was white on this. And did you see Radharani? He looked at me like this. I can't see Radharani. Krishna can see Radharani. Something was speaking. I was going on chatting with him. What is he speaking? Right? So half an hour I realized he was in a different world because it was so difficult for you to be in that situation. Old age is very dangerous. You lose your memory. You know the worst part? The younger generation people will shout at you for your foolish questions. You know what is a foolish question? Did you off the light? The light is already off. Your grandchild will tell, Tadaya, kanabadatledha? You're not confident. You lose your confidence in old age. You know that? You have zero confidence in old age. If somebody gives you 10,000 rupees and say, you count it, sir, you will count it, but you don't know whether you counted it or not. You have zero confidence in old age. The confidence in I have seen my father. He counted it, he gave it to me. I said, Naya, the person who managed finance, 3-4 CAs is to work under him. He has zero confidence to even count notes. You know my mother? She has so many questions about my father. She's also old now. Whenever I go to a doctor, she'll tell, you ask this, you ask this. Irritating sometimes, you know. I get irritated. No, you ask. You ask. Why? Because even if the doctor answers, she has zero confidence that she will understand it or remember it. That is the reason you ask. Can you imagine that old age? And by the way, starting from this row to the next row, we are all under Madabutna. Just a matter of time. Huh? Darare, Darara, Hare Krishna. Sorry. यहाँ पे कोई डरता नहीं प्रभु जी 7 साल से डरा रहा हूँ कोई नहीं डरता है नहीं डर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे क्योंकि अगर लोग ये सभी लोग डरते हैं ना इन सभी लोग का चैटिंग सुबह 7 बजे से पहले हो जाता है कोई डरता नहीं है पूरा प्रभु जी फिर से बोल रहे वही बकरे सो अभी तक सत्तो प्रभु जी डजंट नो एनी अदर टॉपिक मरो 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 बूढ़े होके मरो यही बोलते मेरा चैटिंग मेरी मर्जी मेरी स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ मेरी मर्जी so old age disease Krishna is specifically saying this in Bhagavad Gita. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, Dukkha, Doshanu, Darshana. This is where the pain is. Why the pain is? Because they are very alien to the soul. We are soul, not this body. These 4 concepts are alien to the soul. Meaning, soul never becomes old. Soul never gets diseased. What is that? Nainam Chandanti Shastrani, Nainam Dahati Pavakaha, Na Kledeyanti, Chainam Kledeyanti Apo, Na Shoshayati Matma. Right? We never become old. We cannot be cut into pieces. We can't be withered with the wind. We can't be burned by the fire. We are that soul, eternal soul. Right? But we are put into agreeing and accepting that will become old. And that is a very painful situation. Very painful situation. Right? Your hard-earned property, your flat, if it's taken over by somebody without your knowledge, how will you feel? You can't accept it. It's very difficult to accept that my hard-earned property, my home loan property, my saving property is not mine anymore. Very difficult. Right? We think that we have earned this body. We are attached to this body. When this body is snatched away from us, right? It is very painful. That is why Krishna is saying, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, Toshano, Darshanam. Get out of this cycle of birth and death. Arjuna, this is real knowledge. And why is he telling that to Arjuna? Arjuna, these all people are going to die anyways. There is a reason why he is saying it is knowledge in Bhagavad Gita. All these people are going to die. This whole Janadipaha, this all Rajas, all the kings, they're all going to die one day. So don't be attached to these relationships. And what is Krishna telling here? As he goes forward, even to your families, don't be attached. Take care of your family like a responsibility with some love, but don't be attached. Right? We'll go forward, we'll also read that what Prabhupada writes about it. So any questions on the pain of birth, death, old age and disease? How many here want to take birth again? Chale one. Ankuna sir labor. Malli zampuతాడు మళ్ళీ చావు చూపెడతాడు. Don't take birth again. Rose is especially in the back. మీరందరికి టైం లేదు, నాకు లేదు, మీకు లేదు, ఎవరికి లేదు టైం. We don't have time, you don't have time. మీకు తెలుస్తున్నాను, మాకు తెలియట్లేదు. మీరు డై చేసుకోలేదు, మేము డై చేసుకున్నాం అంతే. టైం లేదు, సీరియస్ అయిపోయింది, చాలా సీరియస్ అయిపోయింది. Forget about properties, forget about the square feet rate here. I'm telling you. మీ ప్లాట్, మీ ల్యాండ్, మీ ఇవన్నీ మర్చిపోండి అసలు. Forget about it. నాన్సెన్స్ అదంతా, ఏది రాదు మీతోటి. ఇంకో బతుకులు ఎప్పుడు చూసుకుంది. Another life you should not have. In this clubhouse, make a resolution. మళ్ళీ నేను దొరుకుతున్నాను. I'm serious, I'm telling you. No kidding. Take it as Krishna's calling. This fellow is sent on 18th September to give me a warning. Take life seriously. This life is not for time pass. This life is not for time pass. Become very firm, learn Bhagavad Gita, understand what Krishna is asking me to do, chant the holy names, be ready to go. Don't come back. Malibutak. This is knowledge. This is knowledge. Everything else is ignorance. I'm telling you, this is how serious we should be. This is the responsibility of every son to tell his father. This is the responsibility of every father to tell his son. Malli Buttakara Babu. Done. Wrap up your life. Any questions? As for detachment from children, wife and home, Prabhupada is continuing. Please focus on this paragraph. As for detachment from children, wife and home, it is not meant that one should have no feeling for these. It is not meant that one should not have feeling for these. They are natural objects of affection. But when they are not favorable to spiritual progress, then one should not be attached to them. Krishna is very, very clear and Prabhupada is very, very clear on that. What is he saying? Wife, children, family, all these people, we should be loving and affectionate to them, provided they are favorable in your spiritual life. Sunday evening you are going. Endu pothunnavu? Nenu pota. Majjala maatladite ninnu kuda iskoni pota. Strict undali akkada. Okka daggara strict undali. మిగతా ఎక్కడ కొట్టు తిట్టే ఉండేది, ఒక్క విషయం అవసరం మధ్యలో. సండే ఈవినింగ్ భగవంతుడి దగ్గర పోతున్నాను, భగవంతుడు కథ వినడానికి పోతున్నాను, నేను నేర్చుకోవడానికి పోతున్నాను. ఎందుకు పుట్టాను? Because this is beyond our relationship. This marriage is only like two bodies in this life. But satsang is related to God and me eternally. Understand? This is very important. Digali concept. Right? చుట్టాలు వస్తున్నారు. ప్రభుజీ సత్సంగా ప్రభుజీ మా కోసనిల్లా బ్రదర్ ఇల్లాకి అల్లుడు వచ్చిండు, వాడు వస్తే సత్యం. నువ్వు సత్య 5 నిమిషాలు ఉండండి దగ్గరికి వచ్చి, నీ శవం చూడండి చూడండి ఎప్పుడు లేపుతారని అడుగుతుంది. అట్లాంటి వాడు వస్తే సత్యం. తెలుగులో బాగుంటుంది సెషన్ వస్తుంది, ఇంగ్లీష్ లో పంచ్ ఉండదు, యూజ్లెస్ లాంగ్వేజ్. నేను చెప్తున్నాను అసలు ఏం ఆలోచిస్తున్నాం మనం జీవితం గురించి అర్థం కాదు. మా సడ్డ కూడా వచ్చాడు, వచ్చి ఏం చేసాడు? ఆపుతాడా? చావు ఆపుతాడా? ఇంకో బతుక ఆపుతాడా? ఎవరు చేయగలరు? కెన్ యూ డూ ఎనీథింగ్? He can't do anything. None of your relatives can do anything. Your son cannot do anything. Your daughter cannot do anything. Nobody can do anything when you are on the deathbed. When you are on deathbed, you ఎవ్వడేం చేయలేడు మనం. ఆ భగవంతుడు ఒక్కడే చేయగలడు. భగవంతుడు చేయగలడు, ఆ భగవంతుడు పంపించిన భక్తులు చేయగలరు. ఈ భక్తుల సంఘమే మన ధనం. This association is our real wealth. If it takes, sell your whole properties to attend a satsang. Because this is the real property that will make sure you will have eternal properties, right? This is the most important thing. This is the education that we should give to our children. Satsang is important. Satsang is important, very important, right? Because this is the place. Otherwise, who will remind us? Tell me, who will remind us about the truth of life? You are on chapter beta. Will anybody come and tell you that, Prabhu, time is going, become serious about a spiritual life? Anybody else who has told like this? Anyone? Huh? Nobody. Ever చెప్పారండి, అందరూ మనం దోచుకోవడానికే పుట్టింది చెప్పారు. They want to take from us. They don't want to give us the right thing, including the so-called Brahmanas today. They are not Brahmanas, they are Shudras. They don't tell Brahma Gyan. భగవద్గీత ఏం చేద్దాం? పారాయణం చేద్దాం. చేసినా మొత్తం చేసిన 10 చాప్టర్ చేసినా, అబ్బా పారాయణం మొత్తం చేసినా ఏమొచ్చింది? పారాయణం చేస్తే ఏమొచ్చింది? చేతిలో గోకుడు వచ్చింది, బుక్కు పట్టుకొని చెమట పెట్టి గోకుడు వచ్చింది. ఏం లాభం పారాయణం చేసి? వాట్ ఆర్ యూ గెటింగ్ బై డూయింగ్ 20 times పారాయణ? విష్ణు సహస్రనామం చేసినావా? చూసినా మొత్తం గంట 40 నిమిషాలు 40 minutes చూడకుండా చెప్పకుండా ఏమొచ్చింది? పుట్ట ఏమొచ్చింది? భక్తి వచ్చిందా? ఏమైనా అర్థమైందా? విష్ణు సహస్రనామం చెప్పినప్పుడు, when Vishnu Sahasranam was told, what was Yudhishthir's situation? What was Bhishma's situation? Who told Vishnu Sahasranam, by the way? No, Bhishma asked. That's one situation. Yudhishthir told. Bhishma said, "Hey Krishna, I want to hear your names before I leave this body." And Bhishma he did not even have blood to bleed. Bhishma's body did not even have blood to bleed. It was literally a lump of flesh stuck between arrows. No organ. Bhishma did not have lungs, pancreas, liver, live. Everything is gone into that arrows. You know how many arrows were there in his body? You can't keep a finger in between the arrows. Scriptures explain, బాణాల మధ్యలో ఏలు పెట్టారండి, అన్ని బాణాలు పెట్టాడండి అర్జునుడు. That means where is the body? చెప్పండి. There is no body. The subtle body is still alive. With that is holding his life force, right? And in that body is saying, Krishna, Uttarayanam is starting. Uttarayanam is starting. Please, I want to hear your names. And when Yudhishthira started chanting his names, he was relishing that names. That is Vishnu Sahasranam, right? And when we chant that feeling undalandi. Krishna is bhavagrahi Janardana. Bhavan leni pannu edi accept cheyadu Krishnudu. Cheyadu. He will not accept our activities. Say, I have done my 16 notes. What? 16 notes have you done? Better than that, keep a tape recorder. That is more consistent than you. What 16 notes is there? What kind of chanting is there? I tell this to myself. I'm really feeling upset today. I didn't finish my rounds. I'm giving a lecture here. No wonder you're seeing me very frustrated. Point is, Bhava Grahi Janardana. He sees a bhava. Every activity of bhakti that we do, when we are sitting in the satsang, we are in the satsang. At this time, if somebody calls, what should be our answer? No answer. No answer. Anavasram. That is the conflict. Because this is the most important thing. Right? So here, the best process of making the home pleasant is Krishna consciousness. If one is in full Krishna consciousness, he can make his home very happy. Because this process of Krishna consciousness is very easy. One need only chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Accept the remnants of foodstuffs offered to Krishna, have some discussion on the books like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and engage oneself in deity worship. These four things will make one happy. One should train the members of his family in this way. The family members can sit down morning and evening and chant together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. If one can mold his family life in this way to develop Krishna consciousness, following the four principles, then there is no need to change the family life to renounce life. But if this is not congenial, not favorable for spiritual advancement, then family life should be abandoned. Why such a strong statement Prabhupada is making? Ramanujacharya, great Acharya, he called Kanchipurna. Kanchipurna is Shudra, but a very nice devotee of Varadaraj. He called him home. That please come and honor Prasad in my house. And Kanchipurna told, hey Ramanuja, you are a great Brahmana. You are a great Brahmana. I am a Shudra. How can you call me? How can you call me to your home? I don't have qualification to even come to your home. Forget about eating in your home. And Ramanacharya told, hey Kanchipurna, you are a devotee. You are speaking to Varadaraj every day. Every day Varadaraj speaks to you. Who can be more pure than you? What Brahmana, not Brahmana are you talking about? Please come to my house and have. One lunch, please have. And Kanchipurna, he was forcing a lot. I forgot this passage, in detail, but I'm trying to remember what I remember I'm telling you. Kanchipurna thinks, if I go at the right time, he will try to embarrass me more by serving me. Ramanujacharya will sit down and start serving me. I can't take that. He's such a great Brahman. I'm such a Shudra. I'll do a thing. I have to oblige his request, but I'll go at a time when he is not there. So he goes 1 hour before lunch. And Ramanacharya's wife is a very ritualistic lady. She doesn't understand bhakti. She is not very cooperative. Right? Which is favorable. She reads and she takes care of her husband, but she's not understanding the essence of bhakti. And Ramanacharya also is living with her because she's okay. But this was a very different day. He had the prasad, he came. And as soon as Kanchipurna came, she said, okay, you came a little early, but I don't know exactly, I don't know the conversation, but basically she serves him whatever she made. And as soon as he finishes eating, immediately he says, he completely cleanly eats the plate. He doesn't leave a single morsel. Because he knows, if Ramanuja takes my remnants, he will be polluted. That is his consciousness, right? He can't take anything from my plate. He should not leave anything. Completely eats. Then he says, I'm going. And she says, okay, you can go. Because she is like, why am I serving a Shudra? That is her feeling. Why am I serving a Shudra? Right? And he eats and goes. And then Ramanujacharya comes. He says, okay, you made everything ready? Today my guru told he is going to come. Kanchipurna is going to come. She's like, he came and went already. Raman, what? He came? Where is he? Where is he sitting in the house? No, he already left. What do you mean he already left? He told that he's going to come for lunch. Today I was going to serve him. With great difficulty, he has accepted this offer. Today he's going to serve. Today he's going to come. Where is he? No, he already ate and left. How did you allow him to leave? I was coming. Don't you know? We cooked for him. Where is? Is there anything left? And she says, you sit down. I'm cooking again. What do you mean you're cooking again? No, whatever he ate, he's from a lower caste. How can I serve that to you? I threw all that. Whatever was left, I'm cooking new for you. You sit down, in 10 minutes I will cook you and serve you the prasad. That day Ramananda makes a decision. I can't live with this lady. She's not understanding how to serve a Vaishnava. And that's Ramanujacharya. We are not anybody Ramanujacharya here. But that's Ramanujacharya. Right? The statue of equality that you see, built by His Holiness Chiranjeev Swami Maharaj, that Ramanujacharya. He wrote a letter as his father-in-law to his wife. Letter came to his house, like it came from her father. And he read the letter that I want my daughter for my younger daughter's marriage for 3 months. Can you please send? He is reading his own written letter. And he tells his wife, you can go now. I'm giving you the permission, go. Done. And after that, he never looked back. He never looked back. Right? So, Prabhupada is saying, it's very important that our spiritual life is not compromised. But doesn't mean that you go and tell your wife, Ustava, intava, inava. That's not the point. Right? We should be very strict with our spiritual life. We should be very strict with our spiritual life. Whatever that we want to follow in spiritual life, we should be very sincere to that. Don't expect partners to support. It's Kali Yuga. It will not happen. Nobody will support. But we should be very strict to ourselves. If we are strict and sincere to what we are practicing, automatically our partner also will support one day. But if we are not strict and sincere, then partners also will not like it. We should set an example and encourage them. But don't allow anything to come in between your seriousness to make progress in spiritual life. Simple. Not your children, not your family, not anybody. Nobody should become an obstacle or a stoppage in your spiritual progress. Prabhupada is very clear on that. But if not congenial, not favorable for spiritual advancement, then family life should be abandoned. One must sacrifice everything to realize or serve Krishna, just as Arjuna did. Arjuna did not want to kill his family members, but when he understood that these family members were impediments in his Krishna realization, he accepted the instruction of Krishna and fought and killed them. In all cases, one should be detached from the happiness and distress of family life, because in this world, one can never be fully happy or fully miserable. Right? I think you all understood. We have been discussing. Some of them are new here, but we all have been continuing this discussion for many years, many months at least. Any questions you have on this? No questions? Yes, Shweta.
That's between the attachment and affection. And I have it is in line of difference. What is the difference between attachment and affection?
What is the difference between attachment and affection? We should be affectionate to our loved ones, but don't be attached. That is the whole discussion between Arjuna and Krishna. Being affectionate meaning we are compassionate towards them. We are as children of Krishna. We see God in them. When they suffer, we feel bad. When they are happy, we feel happy. That's called we being affectionate to them. Right? And when we become more and more spiritual, Prabhuji, we'll become affectionate to everybody around us. That's a natural quality that will come. Paradukha dukhi. Right? I'll tell you, a lot of people have seen, before coming to Krishna consciousness, very hard-hearted people. Very hard-hearted, you know. अगर किसी को भी कुछ होगा ना, फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. They're like, I don't care what happens to anyone. But after chanting for many years, Hare Krishna mantra, and after practicing spiritual for many years, now anything small happens to somebody, they start crying. Tears will like literally flow in their eyes. I've seen some people like that. I know them before KC, I know them after KC. Krishna consciousness. Right? Bhakti makes our heart melt. And we can't see others going through problem. Right? That is actually one of the things that you can see, experience yourself. When you see somebody else suffering, you can't take it. Small things you start crying because you have understood the pain of people. So that's affection. One should have affection, but one should not be attached. Meaning what? You're not looking at that person as a person, you're looking at it as a soul. But at the end of the day, you can't control that person. If that person is going in a different direction, not allowing you to go, you should be ready to detach also. For example, we have great expectations on our sons and daughters. You don't have a son and daughter yet. But when you get, I'm telling you, the attachment will start. But the day you become detached from your children, that is the day you'll be happy. Detached, meaning what? Their future is their future. I cannot dictate their future. I can show them, I can guide them. But if they want to ruin their life as per their karma, as per their prarabdha karma, what can you do? You can't do anything. As a parent, you have to see it happening in front of your eyes. You can't do anything. And they should be detached from that. And if you're detached, you'll be happy in life. Very happy in life. There are a lot of devotees whose children have not become devotees, but they have learned to be detached. They have not signed up on responsibility. They still keep trying, but they're not attached to it. They say, Krishna, you are anyway in control. Maybe you made my son not a devotee to purify me. Maybe my false ego has to be decreased. That is the reason you are now showing that my son is not a devotee or my daughter is not a devotee. That's okay. That is being detached. See, I'm telling you, all our children who are going into teens now, one day they'll ask a question, you feel the report. Right? After 8, 9, 10 years sitting in the satsang, how can you ask this question? Right? Fundamental. What if your son asks tomorrow, I don't trust Prabhupada? What will be the reaction to me? What will you do? You can't do that. In India, you can do that. America, you can do that. No problem. Right? What if your son says that I don't trust Prabhupada, I don't trust any guru, I don't trust any spiritual life. Whatever you are speaking, people are listening. What do you do then? Thank you, Krishna. You just sliced 20 grams of my falsity. Thank you. I needed this. Right? Good. Prabhu, everything that is happening in our life is for our purification. ఇక్కడ మనం ఏమి ఎలవట్టడానికి కూర్చోలేదు, మనం ఏం చేయలేము, ఎవరిని ఉద్ధరించడానికి మనం రాలేదు ఇక్కడ. When your false ego is uncontrolled, when your senses are uncontrolled, right? When you're struggling to accept austerity, struggling to make progress in spiritual life, the best way of purification is start preaching. Purification will start. 20 people will come to purify you. Day and night, full purity. So the other day I was speaking to Balagandro. We keep having this conversation once in a while. So in the Goshala, almost sad thing, but 5 calves died in the last 1.5 months. 5 calves. All these 5 calves are not our calves. They came from outside, but they are calves. Right? Somebody's mother, all bulls that we rescued during the. One by one they were dying, one by one they were dying. And every time I go to bury them, it's a whole day is kind of, it's like, why is this happening, Krishna? Why is it happening? Right? And every time, we think that we have saved, doctor is telling that it's okay now. Next day morning you get a call, it's right. So again you rush there and then you bring the JCB, you bury it and you do the little ceremony, puja, whatever. And then, the current transformer gets burnt. There is no water. There are 4 people in the farm, 2 of them fight, one BJP, one Congress. That problem. Right? So many problems in the farm. So many. What was the intention? Do Go Seva. I don't know where is Go Seva in all this. Right? So I was telling Balagandro. So Prabhuji, I don't know what's going on. We are preaching people, we are distributing Bhagavatam. So many questions people are asking. We are trying to do Go Seva. So many problems are coming. Prabhuji told, Prabhuji, simple Prabhuji. Sell that land. Send that cows to some temples. Stop preaching. Just sit and watch Jabardast serial with your family. Right? Do your rounds. Whatever time you do your rounds. Why are you getting all this? Life will be peaceful. You know, life will be peaceful. You want peace, right? You want peace of mind. Stop preaching. ఎందుకు వాళ్ళు స్టూల్ ఏంది, కథ ఏంది, ఈ బొట్ట ఏంది, ఏది? Other day I was saying, I want to go to what is that? Mantana Satrana. Huh? Mantana Satrana. You put a year of it is so. I will go on a few money. If I go for 21 days to Mantana Satrana, 21 devotee ticket again for the year. Ready on our car. Ready. Preacher character. Father, near party character. So the character under the రెండు వారాలు మానేస్తే పట్టు, ఇట్ని చోటు పట్టు, అట్ని జామ పట్టు, ఇద్దరు కలిసి పట్టు, ఎనుకోడు పట్టు, ముందోడు పట్టు, ఈ బాబు ఇంత కష్టపడ్డాము ఉండాలి, ఉంటే వదిలిపట్ట, నో ప్రాబ్లం. I should make sure. These are all austerities of a preacher. We have to go through that. So if you want a nice peaceful life, just stop preaching. No gossip or nothing. Order milk packet, you get that. What is that poison milk that comes? Heritage, Amul. Will come. It's called white beef. That will come to your house. Drink that. Why you have to go through so many austerities? But if you want to go back to Krishna, do this. Prabhu, Krishna is born by Nirnay in this Purana. Danki Kastalasuni. Nirnay March, Krishna for 2-3 lives Tarvata decided. No problem. If you are serious to go back to Krishna, accept austerities and take risks in life. Take risks in life. No dunuku. You nalgo kujtar beti. Satsang on the day, no dunukuta, I'll move the beti. And then, yeah. I don't know why I spoke in this area, but point is very simple. We are here with a determination to go back to Krishna. That is why we are here. Don't take this Sunday evenings lightly. Every Sunday should count. Every class should count. Every verse of Bhagavad Gita should count. Any question on this? Yes, sir.
You give an example of, like, for example, the child comes to say, I want to be. They are equal slice. I couldn't connect that question. How is that correcting our ego when the child is going to?
Yeah.
not accept?
Yeah, it's
I
a good.
couldn't connect that.
Yeah. Basically, our child is what, Prabhuji? If our ego is put into grinder and nicely grinded and you make a shape to it, that is our son or daughter. Your karma is your wife, your ego is your child. And vice versa. Your karma is your husband, your child is your ego. When they don't agree, what else is left in life? Yeah. Huh? What is that?
Proper explanation. That is
No, I don't know whether you agree or not. I'm convinced on that. How does my karma look like? I'll show you my picture. Family picture. Right?
statement is enough now.
Yeah, we deserve it. Don't think our partners are wrong. They are specially created, constructed, designed to purify us. మనం తయారు చేసుకున్నాం partner. So they will slice our ego. And our children are a baggage of ego, right? See, I think my son is the most intelligent. I think my daughter is the most intelligent. ఏంటది మన ego మొత్తం ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేసుకున్నాం. Our entire ego is invested in that body, and it's increasing. It's growing day by day. Now it's in its teens. Tomorrow it will go to adolescence. Nothing. Adolescence, teens, and it will grow. And when he has children, ego quadruply rise. Then we'll say, "Ma manvadu kuda great andi. Ma manvaradu telsa? నీ మనవరాలు ఏంటి చీ ఇంకా ఇవి అప్పుడే మనవరాలు వచ్చేమంటది ఈ ముసలోడు ఎప్పుడు తెస్తాడు నన్ను మాట అంటావా స్లైస్ కేజీ 2 కేజీలు కావాలి ఇవన్నీ కావాలి ఇవన్నీ అయితేనే బుద్ధి వస్తుంది I'm telling you this life is like that. So we have to be detached. We have to be detached. Tomorrow our children will not agree to us. We have to be as character.
You want to ask?
Madhuri. Yes, Madhuri.
We have affection without that.
Can we have affection? Yes, you can have affection. Meaning even if they reject you, we will continue to pray for them. That is affection.
We attach with somebody, then only we can do the affection.
Ah.
Even if I close to the one cow, so when I like, I am attaching with that cow, then only my affection has been broken.
Hmm.
So my question is whether we can have affection
Without
attaching
attachment.
with that particular soul or particular.
Yeah. Attachment without affection, without expectation is affection. Attachment with expectation is lust. You are attached, but you don't have any expectation. Or you try to keep your expectation below. That is affection. But if you keep that affection and also have expectation, then that is lust. Meaning I want to enjoy this way. I want this person to be like this. See, the difference between worship and bhakti is that only. I worship with the expectation. I perform bhakti with no expectation. Right? I am serving Krishna without any expectation. That is bhakti. Meaning, even if he ignores me, I am loving him. That is pure love. Right? See, a husband and wife, both of them are very beautiful, very good looking, and they both get married and live. There's nothing special about it. But the husband becomes very ugly due to whatever problem. And the wife continues to serve him with the same affection. That is service without any expectation. That is pure love. Right? In old days, that is what we expect from our partners. That you are there for me in all situations. Right? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to the next paragraph. Yeah. Happiness and distress. Now, Prabhupada is talking about happiness and distress in material life. Happiness and distress are concomitant factors of material life. One should learn to tolerate as advised in Bhagavad Gita. What is that verse? Anybody? Matras Patrastu Kaunteya, Yudhona Sukha Dukkada, Agama Apaina Nityas, Tam Titiksha Bharata. Right? Where you should learn to tolerate happiness and distress as their equal. Happiness and distress will come and go. Happiness and distress will come and Hare Krishna. Right? One can never resist the coming and going of happiness and distress. One should be detached from materialistic way of life and be ultimately equipoised in both cases. Generally, when we get something desirable, we are very happy. When we get something undesirable, we are distressed. But if we are actually in the spiritual position, these things will not agitate us. To reach that stage, we have to practice unbreakable devotional service. Devotional service to Krishna without deviation means engaging oneself in the 9 processes of devotional service: chanting, hearing, worshipping, offering respect, etc. As described in the last verse of the 9th chapter, this process should be followed. This process should be followed. Happiness and distress. So does it mean that spiritual people are never happy? Never are. You go to a spiritual person, you tell a joke, you will. Spiritual person? Huh? They're always happy. You joke na ek pe na. నువ్వే జోక్ మన జీవితమే జోక్ So you laugh. Spiritual person. There are only two people who are happy in this world. You all know that, right? One is a devotee, second is a mad fellow in a regular hospital. He's all the time happy. Nene KCR, Nene KCR. Nene KCR. Nene Modi, and the road. No Modi at the Amisha. They go to the hospital. In the regular hospital. They are all very happy because they don't know who they are. Right? But devotee knows who he is. Devotee knows I am the soul. I am the soul. I've got nothing to do with this whole thing that is going on here. Nothing to do with it. Asal again link but I'm here. Right? And I'm very peaceful. Actually, the best example of this comes in 6th canto, where you hear the story of Jadabharata. Right? Jadabharata is such an intelligent person. I mean, if somebody can be 1% of him, you'll be happy in life. He declares himself, right? Jadabharata, I mean, it's a big story, but I'll not tell the whole story. In the previous life, he misses a chance. In the previous life, he misses a chance. He is Bharat Maharaj. He is Bharata Vamshani Bharat Maharaj. He misses a chance of going back to God because he gets very attached to a deer. He gets very attached to a deer. He becomes a deer in next life. Right? Now, being in a deer body also, he doesn't forget his past life. So deer, as a deer also is walking around. He knows what's going on. Just imagine, he is in a deer body and he remembers his past life. That's a benediction of Krishna. That he will remember his past life. So he remembers. As a deer also is ready for death. Not death. After the deer body, because he could not finish his spiritual life completely, as explained by Krishna in 6th chapter, he gets birth in a great Brahmana's family. Right? There also is very careful. What is he careful? If somebody will praise me, if somebody will come and tell, you are such a scholarly son, you are such a scholar, then there is a problem that I might again fall down. So you know how he behaves? He behaves like a mentally handicapped person. Don't try that, huh? He behaves like a mentally handicapped person. So his father will tell, hey, go and study. I don't know what to study. No, you can learn this. I don't know what to learn. I don't know. And completely he acts like a mad person. Why? Why he acts like a mad person? Because if he acts like a mad person, nobody will come near him. Nobody will praise him. Nobody will come and disturb him. So he can be fixed in his spiritual life. He does not want to miss the boat this time. He wants to go back to Krishna. He janmala potra in Krishna life. Na buddhi pogodtavaddu. I don't want this following. Very fixed. If you read that canto, I mean, like, my God, who can be like that? And how long can you be like that? Tell me. Your whole family is coming and telling, mental putted me itla. Mental, no mental. But no reaction on his face. Huh? Prabhu, when your wife will shout at you and you don't react, that is detachment. No reaction. No reaction. I'm telling you, reaction now that it is, no, you've been corrected. Huh? No, even your husband shouts at you, no reaction. Huh? You'll go back to Krishna. You'll need the detachment. Chanting. Then my spiritual life is zero. Your false ego has to be zero, bro. False ego has to be zero. You have to bring it down to that level. If your wife says this roof is black color, it is black color. Khatam. Adende. Adhikade. ఇట్లాగా ఏం లేదు నల్లగా ఉంది నల్లగానే ఉంది నీకు అదే ఇష్టం నల్లగా నాకు చెప్పని నేను చేసుకోండి అర్థమైంది Jadabharata was like that. He said, I'm a mad fellow. ఏమేమో చెప్పినాడు నేను ఆయన కనపడదు వీడు పిచ్చోడు పుట్టిండి ఇంట్లో ఈయనకేం తెలియలేదు. He used to walk like a mad fellow. He explains, he used to walk like a drunkard. People used to go like, no, I don't know what he'll throw. He lived his life like that. He lived his life until I don't know how many years. Nobody married him. Did you not marry this? His parents did not even think of his marriage because this fellow is mad. Look at his planning. Right? And he behaved like that, he lived like that. Until one day, when he was walking on the road, and there was a carriage. You know, what do you call that? Palanquin. Yeah, whatever. Wheel. So that was being lifted by 4 people, and it was going on the road, and he was walking on the road. And that was a king sitting in that Rahugana. Rahugana is a great king. He is also a great devotee. He's sitting in that palanquin, and the palanquin is going on the road. Jadabharata is walking, the palanquin is going. Jadabharata didn't care. I don't want to see what is going on. He's just walking on the road. Suddenly, one of the persons on the palanquin cannot continue to hold the palanquin. And it's the duty of a citizen of the country to serve the king. So immediately they tell, hey, you look to be a very strong person. He was strongly built. He was physically strongly built. Jadabharata said, hold the palanquin. He can't tell no. He tried to behave. Oh, no, hold it now. He holded it. Right? And then what happened? Every time there is a small, he's walking with the palanquin, and every time there is a small insect that comes on the road, he immediately jumps. He doesn't want to take another birth. Knowingly, he doesn't want to step on insect. And as soon as he jumps, the palanquin gets disturbed like this. 4 people, right? If one person says like this, immediately the whole thing gets disturbed. And the king will, what is going on? And you're making a jump inside. Don't you know how to hold the palanquin? Who is that fellow who is holding the palanquin? He stops it, he gets down. He says, sir, he is the person. We just asked him to join. Since the time he has holding the palanquin, he is creating so much trouble. And immediately shouts at that. Jadabharata shouts, what nonsense! You don't know how to hold a palanquin? You don't know how to serve a king? Don't you know how you should hold? Now hold it properly. He sits again the same problem. Then he gets on, then he says, what is going on with you? What is wrong with you? Even then Jadabharata is like, huh? No discussion. If I speak something nice, he might praise me. If he praises me, I'll get pride. With that pride, I'll get too much ego. With that ego, I'll not go back to Krishna. What a determination. Right? And finally, he speaks. Something makes him speak. And because he speaks, his speech is recorded in Srimad Bhagavatam. The greatest literature of Sri Vedavyas has the speech between Rahugana and Jadabharata. And what a speech. If I read that chapter, half of you run away from me. That is what he speaks about family. That is what he speaks about what we are attached to. What we think we are attached to. Don't read that chapter. I'm giving you statutory warning. Don't dare to read the conversation of Rahugana and Jadabharata unless you are chanting 16 rounds for at least 3 years. Don't dare to. That is a philosophy he speaks. Right? And then hearing that philosophy, Rahugana sits down at his feet. Who are you? Who are you? What kind of philosophy you are speaking? Who are you? He literally becomes his disciple. Right? That is how we should lead our material life. By reading the Bhagavatam, we cannot be Jadabharata. We cannot be Jadabharata. He acted like mentally handicapped. We are already mentally handicapped. Don't worry about trying to be like him. Because we are mentally handicapped, we are working in offices like that. Working like a dog, taken home loans, dying to pay that home loans. What can be more mentally handicapped situation than this? Tell me. So we should lead a life in such a way that you are not attached materially, not attached materially. You're just leading a life. So the life goes on. Life goes on. Don't be attached to your position. Once my father's friend came to my house and he was telling, my father introduced me. My friend Ra, I know him, following and following. I said, Namaste, uncle. That person, ego was not satisfied. He said, Babu, you tell us Tell us, uncle. I retired as a director in ABCD Limited, something. Okay, uncle. His ego is still not satisfied. You know, I've done LLB, CA also, ICW also. Okay, uncle.
You didn't say wow.
Huh?
You didn't say
Wow,
wow.
Sastunaడు ముసలోడు సస్తున్నాడు నన్ను ఎప్పుడు కాలు పట్టుకుంటాడు నేను ఏం చెప్తే కాలు పట్టుకుంటాడు I did this also. Lastly, you know, in my community, I am the president of that community. Avuna.
Yes, come to your house.
చెప్తూ అర్థం కాదు. It's respectable only. But then I was looking at the craving for recognition and identification in that old fellow. What else do you want? ఇప్పుడు ఏంటి నువ్వు లాస్ట్ నీ భార్య బ్రేక్ఫాస్ట్ పెట్టకపోతే బయటకు పోతావు జర్నీ పరిస్థితి అంతే నువ్వు ఎవరైతే రైట్ నో వాట్ ఐ వాజ్ అ డైరెక్టర్ ఐ వాజ్ ఎ మేనేజర్ ఐ వాజ్ ఎ ఫలానా ఐ వాజ్ ఎమ్మెల్యే ఎంపీ ఎంకా ఏంది ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు ఏది నీ బతికేది నా కొడుకు నీ కొడుకు అయితే ఎక్కడున్నాడు ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాడా చూసుకుంటున్నాడా నేను లేడు మరి ఎక్కడున్నావు దేనికి నీ పొగరు ఏదో నన్ను గుర్తించాలి నన్ను గుర్తించాలి ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ నాట్ ఇన్ దట్ పొజిషన్ యు ఆర్ సేఫ్ వెన్ ఐ లుక్డ్ ఎట్ హిమ్ ఐ రియలైజ్డ్ మై గాడ్ థ్యాంక్ యూ శ్రీల ప్రభుపాద థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ యూ పుట్ మీ ఇన్ ఎ పొజిషన్ వెర్ ఐఎమ్ నాట్ ఐఎమ్ షూర్ ఐ విల్ నాట్ బి ఇన్ దట్ ఓల్డ్ ఫెలో సిచ్యువేషన్ ఐఎమ్ రిటైర్డ్ అంతే కదా we don't want to be in the situation where we want the world to recognize us. You know how frustrated they are? What kind of frustration you go through when nobody recognizes you for what you are? And if you immune yourself from such craving of recognition, how rich you are in that way. How fortunate you are. I'll tell you, Prabhupada, I don't know what I benefited out of bhakti. I don't know what I benefited out of bhakti. But one thing I really am grateful to Prabhupada is when I look at my friends, or when I look at my colleagues, or when I look at my peers, whatever they are earning, whatever their positions are, it doesn't touch me today. It doesn't touch me today. And I'm praying to Krishna, it should remain like that. Greatest blessing in this case. Right? You should be in that situation where nobody can make you feel. Somebody said Prashadam to somebody can go and please. Please take Prashadam. You're almost done, actually. You're almost done. Right? You should not get affected by what others are achieving in society. You should not get affected because you should see all this is temporary. Everything that you're seeing is temporary positions. Temporary positions. Matrame. Otherwise, ever we hold today's time. This body itself is temporary. Everything in this body is temporary. What to speak of our positions and our visiting cards? Everything is temporary. There is nothing to be proud of our body. Today, somebody sent a picture in the group. He sent one pile of ash. Santosh Kumar, you listen. The pile of ash. He said, 40 years from you, this is what you are. Budhi. This is how you look like. Pile of ash. If you are a Hindu, ash. If you are a Muslim, stool. Eaten by insects, there is stool. Right? If you are a Zoroastrian, I don't say, it will put you in for birds to eat. You will go into mud, you will become dust. That is what you will become. Ante. Right? That is a recognition. That is a recognition. Just a matter of time. A sadhu, when he looks into this room, what do you think he'll see? Hindustan. When a spiritual, what is that verse in Bhagavad Gita? A day for sadhu is a night for a materialist. Yani sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati samyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sanita pashyato muni. What does it mean? Krishna is telling that, hey Arjuna, for a sadhu, all this is night. For a materialist, it is day. And what is night for a materialist is day for a. When a sadhu looks at all of us, what do you think? A pure sadhu, when he comes here, what do you think he'll look at all of us and feel? All these are temporary bodies these people are holding. There's nothing to be proud of all these people. Even if you go and give a donation, sir, and give 50 lakh donation. Okay, fine. His expectation is not that from you. He wants you to become Krishna conscious. Krishna is coming to your house and saying, please come to me. And you're telling, no, I'll come next life. For now, take 50 lakhs. Let me enjoy this body. Take 50 lakhs. When you give donation without the intention of going to God, that is how God will look at it. Right? Just imagine you are going to your child. As a father, you are going to your child and telling, Nana, no wonder I chala prema Nana. Nana, 50 lakhs disko, Nana veli. Oh, take 50 lakhs and you go. How will you feel? If you go to your son, whom you brought up all your life, paid his fees, got him settled, and you go to him and tell that I love you, and your son says, take 50 lakhs, but just leave me alone. Huh? You don't tell me what I should do in life. Just leave me alone. You live where you are, I live where I am. How will you feel? What is this? That is exactly what we are doing with Krishna right now. No different. Krishna is coming and telling, Nana, let's integrate. Don't take birth again. Just come back to me. We'll go back. What are you saying? Chinna the donation. Chinna yelada. Is there any problem? 290 ఇచ్చిన కదా చలో నా పని నేను చేసిన we're trading with Krishna. We're trading with Krishna. And Krishna knows how to slice our ego. Right? See, every time I'm sharing this, every time I write whenever we all as a group, we do some achievement, we try to sell Bhagavad or so. This year we distributed 294 Bhagavad, a nice number. So immediately I wrote that night to Radhesham Prabhu. Padala kada undi ego policy. 294 kgs, no, 294 grams and raval kada ego. Immediately I wrote, Prabhuji, you know, we all in Gachibowli Satsang, all families together, we 294, 294, miss right? He didn't reply. No reply. I wrote the mail at 11 o'clock in the night. 4 o'clock I got up. I was like getting from Mangalarti. No. Reply. What should I reply? No, Prabhu. Amazing, great job, Prabhu. You are a great team, Prabhu. You are to see great dog. Right? You are the only one. Shahin Shah of Shivan Bhavatam. Something nonsense. Mind is thinking, Then what did I do? No reply. What did I do? Spam folder. Spam folder. Spam folder. No reply. Second day, office mail చూడట్లేదు. But we did so much as if we did a favor. For what Prabhupada did for us, we had done a favor. Oh, you know, the silence. No reply. 3 days. No reply. No depression. Subara Prabhu is calling. Prabhuji, we should achieve 365. Kada? Endukra 365. 294, I'm not getting a mail. Why should I do this? So 294 में क्या है? भक्ति है. Ego. Unalloyed ego. தெரியுதா last year any kg ego bro? 242 kg. Misali? 294 kg. No reply. What is this? Then one day the mail appeared. Right? What is the mail saying? By the way, some of you don't understand. Radhesham Prabhu is my Siksha Guru. So I report to him, we are doing what we are doing like that. So he replied. And what is his reply? Hare Krishna, Prabhu, thanks for the update. Then below, he goes paragraph by paragraph. For every paragraph, he'll give a comment. So 294, okay, good. Antina. Good. Right? I'll show that mail if you want. In the live you can see. Good. Then we're all family. We all did like, okay, this is a good thing. We all did it together. Everybody did it, not a single person. More than 70 people did at least one Bhagavatam. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. Then, so please bless us that we can do better. Humility, what the guy praise Radha. Rashna Matadikinda. Praise God, praise God. You know what is his reply? He said, Prabhu, I was in ISKCON Silicon Valley on Bhadrapurima day. ISKCON Silicon Valley is a temple. In one single day, they did 850 sets. In this Bhadrapurima, they did 2,500 sets. Manadanta? 294. In America, they did 2,500 sets. This is Bhadrapurima. One temple. And you know the size of the temple? It's exactly the size of this hall. 2,500 sets they did. Right? And he's telling me. So Prabhu, I think we should come up with new ways and new ideas to do book distribution and also make sure that we are not only donating, but people actually buy it and somehow make them read. What is your opinion? Your servant, Radheshamdas. Now, praise So, Krishna knows how to slice. How to slice our ego. In service also, we carry ego. In service also, we carry ego. That is very slicing this. I told this to another devotee is there in temple. Bada Vanchko. So another Prabhu is there who serves Radhesham Prabhu. I went to him from Brahmachari. Prabhuji, what is this Prabhu? Radhesham Prabhu did not even reply. I mean, like, after some time he replied, there was no, is in a good mood or what? In bad mood, what is going on with him? Just like that. So he said, Prabhuji, mere saath bhi aise kya bro? Tumhare saath kya hua? Prabhu, with great difficulty, we brought 50 college boys. We are preaching them Bhagavad Gita. With great difficulty, we organized a camp to Yadadri temple. Full day we did preaching to them. Full day we took care of them so nicely. I sent photographs, video of what all we did with all that boys, what all courses we took to them. I sent that whole thing. And Prabhuji's reply was, next time do these courses. Not these courses, do these courses. And he sent me some attachment files. That was the only reply, Prabhuji. Right? So anyway, why am I telling all this is because that is service without attachment. We should learn to do service without attachment. What update was Prabhupada giving to his guru when he was opening 108 temples in the planet? Tell me. Was Prabhupada giving to his guru any update? Or was he expecting any return reciprocation? No. Just an order of my guru. That's it. My guru ordered me, go and distribute Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita around the world. And I'm doing that. I'm doing that without any expectation. And he did that. On his deathbed, when he was leaving his body also, he was continuing to serve his guru. And his guru left when? At least 50 years before. Prabhupada left in 1977.
1934.
Right? 1940s. 32, he took initiation, double initiation. Right? I don't know, 36 or 46. 36?
34.
36 to 77? 41 years? 41 years, your guru is not on the planet, still you are serving that guru. That is the greatness of Srila Prabhupada. And every time he felt he is not doing enough. Prabhupada, I am not doing enough. And every time he give credit to his guru only. That Gurudev, you are the person who is sending everything and getting things done. When you understand this relationship between Guru and Shishya, that is knowledge. That is knowledge. And everything else is ignorance. Right? So I have an announcement to make. We are stopping it here. When is the Holy Name Week starting?
It has started 17th.
17th to?
Yesterday, 23rd.
Yeah. So there is a World Holy Name Week that is celebrated, where all the devotees should chant many, many more rounds. Entire society of ISKCON around the world, we chant more number of Hare Krishna mantras every day. Every day we chant 16 rounds. During this time, we chant more, we chant very joyfully, and we also exchange what it means to us. And we encourage each other. We encourage each other within the society and outside the society. So Mataji, so there is His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj, who has come with a very nice initiative, and he has been doing it for many years. The initiative is, he wants to take video of everybody chanting, small video clip, and we can tell what we feel about chanting, how we appreciate Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, how grateful we are for receiving this mantra, right? So Mataji will take small videos with your permission. Please allow her to take that while you are having dinner or after dinner, whatever time. But please, because she is going to keep that in a website, and the website will be flooded by devotees like us, telling about Hare Krishna Mantra, and looking at that, many new people might start chanting.
There's a Fortunate People website. On that, already 4 lakh people have given their videos in the past 3 years.
4 lakh people have given videos in the past 3
And
years.
there are about 1,000 ambassadors who are submitting the video every year. And this year our target is 2 lakh chanters. And it is a request, please encourage other people to chant the holy name. Whoever you meet, like in a marketplace, in your office, anyone, just hold them, ask them that this week is going on, and just say that, like in what we did, we just said that there's a lot of bad things happening, mental health is going down. So just for the welfare of people, you can just ask them that just chant this mantra, and we'll be submitting it on the Fortunate People and for the welfare of all the people for sacrifice for one or many other reasons. So in that way, we can, encourage people to at least chant Hare Krishna Mantra. Because Srila Prabhupada, this festival is basically celebrated because in 1966, Srila Prabhupada went for the first time, not in 65 actually he went, and in 1966 in the Tompkins Square Park in New York, he sat under a tree and he chanted with a few group of devotees the Hare Krishna Maha. To commemorate that, this festival is being organized. So, and every day this week, there is a program from 5 to 9 on Mayapur TV, called Kirtan Ministry, where there are Sankirtan, Sanskrit pronunciation classes. There are Kirtans from Mayapur, and also many Srila Prabhupada disciples. I think Prabhuji, can you show the poster? I sent it on a WhatsApp. There are many Prabhupada disciples who are giving a lecture on Holy Week, just Holy Week. So I would request all you devotees, please at least get at least 2-3 people, just catch hold of them, make them chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, because Srila Prabhupada has done a lot of favor on us by going abroad and preaching the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I think, like on an individual basis, at least each person can contribute 3 liters at least for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. And that is what His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj wants everyone to do. And it is not just restricted to our own community, it is a ISKCON wide event. And this is the poster which you can see. So I think today also there was Jayananda Maharaj, I don't know, yeah, there was a lecture on that, and still now it is going on. And tomorrow also you can see the schedule. If Prabhuji permits, I can just share it on the group as well. So anyone who is interested, they can just go through it, and you can organize some kirtans in your home, padayatras, just to commemorate this event of Srila Prabhupada doing the kirtan for the first time in public in 1966 in New York. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Such a young Mataji, and she's so dedicated to spreading the holy name. And she's Mataji's initial prize on as Loknath Swami Maharaj. And she studies in Central University. She's doing her MBA. And in this age, she's so determined to serve. Right? Congratulate your determination, Mataji.
Guru Maharaj is forcing us to do it.
Yeah. So can you do me one favor? One is you can take videos now today, and you can send one sample video, and you can also send this poster in our BG24 group, and tell how you want the video. We will take our own videos.
I'll send a sample.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do it.
And Prabhuji, you can organize the kirtan also.
Yeah.
Harinam Sankirtan, like, because it is a very big event. So
Yeah.
if it is possible, if in this week, if we can do it.
Till when do we have time?
23rd September.
23rd September. Okay. So let us plan. Let us plan. I don't know, we have to sit down and plan which day, which evening we all can resign and come.
Like, just in this society, we can just go around and do kirtan.
Just kidding. We'll figure it out. Maybe this Wednesday. I don't know. Maybe this Wednesday, Prabhu. Is it possible to pull out an hour this Wednesday evening? Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. Hare Bol. Namaste Narasimha. सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की, नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, प्रेम से बोलो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद की। ओम श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की, श्री नवमी मायापुर धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, पुण्य क्षेत्र वृंदावन धाम की, गंगे माई की, यमुने माई की, भक्ति देवी की, कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, निताई गौर हरि प्रेमानंदे। All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gaurang. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhobhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnava vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any announcements for anybody? Mahesh Prabhu, any announcements? Yeah, one announcement. 1 minute, please hold on. Mahesh Prabhu has some announcement.
Prabhuji and Mataji who are participating in Rodandam classes, please ensure your music